Manchester United's next three signings have just been revealed by Fabrizio Romano and other reporters. And I said in yesterday's video, this sleeping giant is not the same anymore. The Manchester United we have seen in the last decade with Ed Woodward and financial people making footballing decisions is no longer. We've seen Lenny Yoro now in a Man United shirt, already playing diagonal cross passes. We've seen Joshua Zirkzee, Matthias de Ligt, Martin Zubimendi, and one more player could be coming through the door. And there's going to be so much salt on the timelines. It is unbelievable. And you can always tell when a club is moving in the right direction by the reaction from rival fans. Now, I'm looking at this as a Tottenham fan. And in the last 10 to 12 years, Man United, even though they've won the Europa League and a couple of FA Cups in that time, they've not been the Manchester United in the past. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into the next three signings because two of those are very, very close. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you go down, hit that subscribe button. We've had 500 subscribers in the last 3 days, which is genuinely ridiculous. It's absolutely unreal. We're at 10K on Friday, and now we're on 10,500. If we can hit 11K before the end of the month, I'll be absolutely overwhelmed. So big up to every single one of you. And as always, make sure you drop a like. If we could hit 500 likes, that'd be fantastic. And I hope you are enjoying your Sunday. Now, Arsenal yesterday made a fantastic signing, and it's about to be announced. Here we go, in Ricardo Calafiori. And there's a lot of salt on the timelines from some Man United fans, from a lot of City fans, Chelsea, Liverpool especially, because Liverpool have done nothing and FSG was trending out. But Manchester United do not look to be done anytime soon. Mason Mount is being linked to the move away to Tottenham. Scott McTominay is being linked to the move away to Tottenham. Matthias de Ligt is being linked to the move from Bayern Munich. An academy graduate from Arsenal could be on the verge of joining Manchester United. But the one I want to talk about, and the one I want to start with, is Martin Zubimendi. Now, Fabrizio Romano brought out some news. And the reason why this is relevant is Manchester United have informed Fiorentina that they will not trigger the €20 million buy option for Sofyan Amrabat. Now, I think towards the end of the season, Amrabat actually had a number of good performances. Told Manchester United remain interested in Amrabat and are willing to discuss different conditions as Eric Ten Hag likes him. There is also other interest from other clubs. Now, you think back to that 2022 World Cup, Sofyan Amrabat was very, very, very good. And he got a move to Manchester United. It took, a long, long time to finally get the transfer done. But they managed to get it over the line for him to go on loan to Manchester United for 12 months. Now, Sofyan Amrabat, I don't think he had the season he thought he was going to have at Man United. He did win an FA Cup. His contract expires in 1 year's time. So Man United are probably thinking, well, hang on, €20 million for a guy that's only got 1 year left in his contract is probably a bit steep. Now, the reason why Martin Zubimendi has been a lot of links to him, to Chelsea, to Tottenham, to Newcastle, and to Arsenal. And the latest club to put their name in the hat is Manchester United. Now, Martin Zubimendi, for me, genuinely is very, 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 very good player. But I don't necessarily think Zubimendi will happen because Manuel Ugarte is now on the verge of becoming a Manchester United player. So just think about this transfer window already. Lenny Yoro, Joshua Zirkzee. The next player through the door will be Ugarte. Matthias de Ligt is very close to a Manchester United move. And then they are on the verge of poaching Arsenal Academy graduate Chido Obi Martin. Like, this isn't the Man United we've seen in recent years. This used to be a normal transfer window at Manchester United under Alex Ferguson. But if they can even get 60% of the Man United Alex Ferguson had, It's a sleeping giant that's about to wake up. I'm telling you guys. Sir Jim, I know I called him Sir Jeff in yesterday's video. If he can get a few more players through the door for Manchester United, they've already got the manager on side because Eric Ten Hag signed a contract extension. You got some absolutely brilliant, brilliant players in there. And I apologize. I forgot about Kobe Mainu. We are going to bring up the Manchester United 11, which I think they will play first game of the season. But the talent they've got in that squad, they'll get back into the Champions League, in my opinion. And then, who knows? Get a few more players in next season, and you could be talking about a title charge. I think Manchester United, with this 11 I'm about to show you, genuinely has a very good balance in midfield, which I've been speaking about they need. It's got a very good back line, and it's got a very good front three. Now, obviously on the right-hand side, you could have Matthias de Ligt coming for Lenny Yoro. You could also have, I believe they're on the verge of selling Aaron Wan-Bissaka as well. You've got the depth of another striker up top with the likes of Joshua Zirkzee to go in this position. That midfield of Bruno in the 10, Mainu in the 8, and Ugarte in the 6, or potentially signing Sofiane Amrabat, you could rotate Ugarte and Amrabat. That lineup for me has enough balance and enough quality to get back into the Champions League. And then it's about what is the next objective for Manchester United. Now, they've also got a hell of a lot of departures that will be happening very, very soon. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is very, very, very close to joining West Ham. Another player who, when he got the move from Crystal Palace, he was nicknamed the Spider. He's in my opinion, in terms of defensive fullbacks, he's one of the best defensive right backs in the Premier League. The problem is the modern day fullback needs to do more and go forward, and he just doesn't at the moment, in terms of his attributes, offer that much going forward. Sadio Mane's hairline, a lot at the back, nothing going forward. Now, I want to speak about Scott McTominay because he's been heavily linked to the move away, and Eric Ten Hag has made some comments on him. And he has said, Eric Ten Hag on Scott McTominay, if you score 10 goals in a season and you perform well for Scotland, there will be interest. We want to actually keep him because he's a very important player for us. We've seen he can contribute last season, and that is via Rich Fay. Now, I think Scott McTominay, I think Man United do need a better player. But one thing I will say is he doesn't get in the first 11. Man United are in 4 competitions. They're probably going to be the favourites to win the Europa League. You got the depth of a Mason Mount to come in, a Scott McTominay to come in. I think they need maybe 1 or 2 more in there to really give this team, quality. They've got obviously Bruno and Ugarte coming in and Kobe Mainu. I do think they need maybe one more midfielder. But if Scott McTominay goes, they could probably, he's an academy player. They will be able to put whatever the sal is 100% against their FFP because it will be a 100% profit because it will be an academy player. And I don't really see a downside to him if they do sell him. Now, if the likes of, Scott McTominay, Lindelof, Maguire, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, if those 4 players go, that's a lot of Man United's deadwood. I think there's still a few more players that they need to get rid of. But it's a fantastic start in the transfer window. Liverpool haven't signed a player. Manchester City have only signed Savio, and that was agreed in January. Al Etihad look like they're about to poach Edison. Arsenal have brought in, the likes of Calafiori and Raya. And other than that, there isn't a huge amount of transfer news. So Man United are probably, as it stands, one of the most active clubs in the Premier League. Now, one player who divides a lot of opinion in the Man United fan base, and especially with us rival fans, is Anthony. And how Anthony is still a Man United player for me, it's absolutely insane. I'm still convinced that Anthony has the potential to play at the club. he certainly showed that the potential in the first month. He scored 3 times in 3 games. And after that, it became more difficult. Last season was not so good. I think if Manchester United could look back, they would never have paid 80 million euros for him. He was probably a 30 million pound player. But that with the old hierarchy, sometimes these decisions happen. And that's okay. You can get a decision wrong every now and then, but with the new hierarchy, they want to iron that out. And one of the players they are trying to poach, Manchester United want to close Chido Obi Martin deal. I mean, I actually can't believe he's leaving Arsenal. I can't believe he's leaving Arsenal. One of their most sort of after academy players to come out of of Arsenal in the, I want to say in the last 5 years, ever since Saka and the likes of Smith Rowe broke onto the scene. He looks to be the guy. He joined Arsenal's youth system in 2022. He got promoted to their academy sort of stage. 2023. His goal record at Arsenal under 18s level is just an absolute joke. I understand Chido will make his final decision in the next few hours / coming days after visiting several clubs, and Manchester United was one of those clubs he visited. Now, obviously, Manchester United have got a fantastic academy when it comes to churning out talent, and they could be able to poach another one. Now, if you look at his goal record in the under 18s, 21 games, 32 goals, and 3 assists, 35 GA in 21 games. Now, he has played 2 games at the under 21 level where he only played 20 minutes and 3 games where he only played 103 minutes. So that's like, 30 minutes per game. But I honestly believe Man United are moving in a different direction now. I honestly think they are moving in a different direction. If they get a few more players over the line, I will be extremely concerned about Manchester United going into next season, because it's already hard enough for Tottenham to get the Champions League with Aston Villa, Liverpool, City, and Arsenal. Now, Man United are back in the mix. Now, Chelsea are in the mix. Newcastle. It's no longer a top 4. It's a top 8. It's 8, 10. Well, obviously, City and Arsenal are at the top. But the other teams, we're all fighting amongst ourselves. And Man United at the moment have had the best transfer window. They've got the fans back on side. The players, the fans, and the owners are all singing from the same hymn sheet. They're getting their business done early. We're still in July. They played the other day against Rangers in a 2-0 win. Ahmed Diallo, I think it's going to be a big season for him coming up. Scored the winner against Liverpool in the FA Cup quarterfinal all those months ago. But now, he's had a few loan spells. He's back at the club. His contract expires next year. They've got the option for a further year. He's another one who can play on the right and can play on the left. Can also play on the 10. It's going to be an interesting situation to see what happens with him. They signed him. He's been out on loan to the likes of Sunderland, where he had a great year. Obviously, they didn't get promoted. He's been out on loan to the likes of Rangers, but now he really needs to solidify his position in this squad. And I think he's got the ability to. Only time will tell. Let me know your thoughts down below on all the subjects we've spoken about. I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you all for watching. I'm out.